so rich? Why live like this? OG Anunoby just signed a staggering $212.5 million contract with the New York Knicks. That makes him one of the highest-paid defensive wings in NBA history. Yet if you saw him walking down the streets of Manhattan, you'd never guess he has millions sitting in his bank account. While other superstars flaunt diamond chains, custom supercars, and multi-million-dollar designer wardrobes on Instagram, OG shows up in basic hoodies and plain sneakers. He avoids flashy parties, ignores media spotlight, and lives a life so quiet it confuses sports journalists across the world. Why would someone with limitless wealth choose to live like an average civilian? To truly understand how wild this is, look at the numbers. 212.5 million guarantees, him thousands of dollars every single hour, whether he is sleeping, playing, or eating lunch. In an era where athlete culture is heavily tied to flexing material possessions, luxury watch collections, and viral spending sprees, Anunoby stands completely alone. He doesn't drive a fleet of Lamborghinis or throw extravagant weekend bashes in the Hamptons. Sports commentators often joke that he spends money like a high school teacher, on a strict budget. But this understated lifestyle isn't an accident or a publicity stunt. It is the result of a deeply rooted philosophy. When reporters ask him about his massive contract, OG usually responds with a blank stare, a simple nod, or a hilarious one-word answer. He doesn't show excitement over expensive items, and he certainly doesn't care about impressing the public. Most people who come into hundreds of millions of dollars undergo an instant lifestyle upgrade. They buy mega mansions, hire personal entourages, and flood social media with proof of their riches. But OG Anunoby's personal brand is literally having no brand at all. So, what created this mindset? To find out, we have to look directly at the man who raised him. The secret behind OG's financial mindset lies in his childhood household. OG was raised by a man who understands money better than 99% of people on Earth. His father, Dr. OG Anunoby Sr., his father is a distinguished professor of business and finance at Lincoln University in Missouri. While other NBA prospects grew up listening to music videos highlighting fast money, OG grew up at a dinner table where economic principles, long-term wealth preservation, and fiscal responsibility were daily topics of conversation. From a very young age, OG was taught that true wealth isn't about what you spend. It's about what you build and keep. There is a famous family story that perfectly illustrates how OG was raised. Regarding money, when OG was just 8 years old, he desperately wanted a backyard basketball hoop. Many parents with financial means would simply buy the hoop right away. But Dr. Anunoby didn't just hand it over. He sat young OG down and made him make a serious commitment. He explained the concept of return on investment and value for money. He told OG that if he purchased the hoop, OG had to promise to use it every single day without fail to prove it was worth the expense. OG agreed, used it endlessly, and carried that exact lesson of evaluating true value into his adult life. Because of his upbringing, OG views money through a purely analytical lens rather than an emotional one. When an endorsement deal or a paycheck comes in, he doesn't see an opportunity to buy a rare luxury item. He sees capital that requires careful management. His father taught him that athlete wealth can be extremely temporary if handled poorly, pointing out how many professional athletes go broke just a few years after retirement. OG learned early that luxury items depreciate the second you buy them, whereas financial stability lasts generations. This solid educational foundation completely shielded him from the peer pressure of NBA spending culture. Beyond his financial education, OG's lifestyle is heavily shaped by his unique personality. He is arguably the most famous introvert in the NBA today. OG doesn't crave validation from fans, commentators, or social media algorithms. While many young athletes build massive personal brands to attract clout, OG prefers solitude and quiet routine. He doesn't go to high-profile celebrity hotspots where paparazzi gather, nor does he feel the need to broadcast his daily activities to millions of followers. His quiet demeanor is completely authentic, making him a fascinating mystery in a league dominated by massive egos. OG's deadpan interview style has become legendary across the league. When journalists ask him detailed, elaborate questions expecting long, emotional responses, OG often replies with short phrases like, "Yep, it was cool," or "I just played hard." During one famous interview, When asked about hitting a monumental game-winning shot in the NBA playoffs, he casually stated that he didn't even celebrate because he expected the ball to go in anyway. This deadpan humor and extreme lack of drama show a man who is completely comfortable in his own skin, unaffected by external hype or societal pressure. In modern professional sports, player fashion walks in the arena tunnels have become literal fashion runways. Players wear thousands of dollars in designer streetwear just to walk from the parking lot to the locker room. OG, however, frequently walks in wearing basic team gear, plain hoodies or casual shorts. He doesn't care about fashion labels, designer logos, or status symbols. To him, clothes are meant to be comfortable, not a tool to signal his net worth to strangers. This refusal to participate in the flex culture makes him a rare breath of fresh air in professional sports. Wealth often brings unwanted attention, fake friends, and overwhelming noise. OG protects his peace of mind by maintaining an exceptionally small inner circle consisting mostly of family members and close childhood friends. By avoiding the typical celebrity lifestyle of large entourages and constant parties, he protects himself from the common traps that cause wealthy athletes to lose their focus or waste their fortune. His focus remains entirely on two things: improving his game on the basketball court and staying grounded off it. Just because OG isn't buying diamond chains doesn't mean his $212 million is just sitting idle in a basic checking account. Behind the scenes, Anunoby is making extremely smart, calculated financial moves. Instead of purchasing assets that lose value, like exotic cars or trendy clothes, OG invests his money into long-term equity, legitimate businesses, and sports ventures. He views his career earnings not as spending cash, but as a financial foundation to build generational wealth for his family and give back to communities. He cares about one of OG's most significant financial moves was acquiring a minority ownership stake in the London Lions, a top professional team in the British Basketball League. OG was born in London, England, before moving to the United States as a child. Rather than throwing his money away on temporary luxuries, he channeled his wealth directly into growing the game of basketball in the United Kingdom. By becoming a team owner while still actively playing in the NBA, he secured a valuable sports asset that expands his business portfolio internationally. OG's investment strategy aligns directly with modern corporate venture practices. He looks for equity stakes in growing businesses, real estate, and scalable ventures. Guided by professional advisors and influenced by his father's financial expertise, OG ensures that his money works for him 24/7. While the average fan might see a simple guy wearing a $20 plain shirt, financial analysts see an athlete executing a masterclass in long-term capital preservation and asset accumulation.